Welcome back. With 5 albums, sellout tours and his own TV show, nobody rocks a wagon wheel quite like Nathan Carter.
Oh, come on. Like, one Carter isn't enough. Jake Carter is now following in his brother's very stylish cowboy boots, developing his own country sound.
Before we speak to Jake about his involvement in the Harvest Country Music Festival, let's take a look at his latest single, Wild and Free.
Driving down this open road, and I can feel the sun is shining down on me. So I'll just let the path unfold. Where I'll end up, I don't know, it's a mystery. I'll throw my hands up off the wheel. I'm running wild, I'm running free. 1, 2, 3. I wanna be young. Yeah. I wanna be young forever.
Because of all the shots, it's the topless ones. I said, of course it is.
Well, that's why you put it in the video, isn't it? You know?
Well, you know, I suppose there's a bit of something there.
It sells. Good morning to you, Jake Carter. He's so like Nathan, isn't he?
Isn't he? Yeah, better looking, though.
The voice is just identical.
Just think?
Yes, I know, you're probably fed up with all these comparisons. Can we talk about your music and your style of music, first of all, because you describe it as American country.
It is, yeah. It's American country. It's a real sort of, I suppose, it gets branded as modern country music. So it's a lot more pop sort of orientated. I was saying before, if you show it to a country music fan, they would say it's pop music, but if you show it to a pop music fan, they would say it's country. So it's a bit of a blend of the two, I suppose, and a lot more commercial, if you like. Yeah.
And how's it going down? I mean, you're on the road, what now, a year or two, are you?
Only starts with the band in April, actually.
Oh,
but,
really?
Yeah, so I've been gigging.
But you were gigging on your own?
I've gigged on my own since I ever could, I suppose. From the age of 15, I started my first sort of club gigs. But I only moved over to Ireland, actually, last month. Right. And yeah, it's going from strength to strength from there. We're gigging most weekends, and it's going great, yeah. You were
playing Kilkenny last night, I believe.
We did, yeah. We played in Ballykeefe Amphitheatre. It was a lovely venue, and we actually went to a distillery before called Ballykeefe Distillery, and it's great little distillery, a new place. But we were drinking just a few little shots of gin and vodka and pochine, so
little taste.
It was a very exciting gig then after that.
Well, you look very fresh this morning anyway.
More lively than usual.
I'm usually still asleep at this time, to be honest. So the makeup does wonders.
The rock and roll lifestyle. So tell me, what was it like growing up with Nathan as your big brother? Was he always the big brother you looked up to and wanted to follow in his footsteps?
Yeah,
so what,
definitely.
8 years between you?
There's 8 years between us, but I was always looking up to him, definitely. From the age of about 9 or 10, I was going along to, when he was gigging in pubs, I was going along to the pubs with him and watching, I suppose, how the music scene, even on the pub scene, how it worked, and trying to pick up tips.
Watching and learning.
Since I was very young. So then, I suppose, when I finished, I did sixth form in school, so it was like college. As soon as I finished that, Mum and Dad were saying, oh, sure, you'll go to uni now, and I had a lot of people saying you should go to university, blah, 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 but it was set in my brain like that I was just going on the music scene, so I started gigging then and worked. It's not an easy game, the pub game now, but worked, I suppose, 4 gigs a week for about 2 years, so... And now I'm here.
You learn your craft that way, don't you?
You do, definitely.
Definitely do.
If there's anyone now that asks questions to me, like if people come up to the gigs and say, you know, I'm starting out in the music scene, is there any tips? But I honestly believe you can't learn that stuff that you see in a pub. You know, you could be there singing to 2 people and one's the bar staff.
Well, that's
you know
exactly it, though. You can't be in it for the glamour.
Yeah.
Because there are times that are
definitely
very unglamorous when you're starting out.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, there's some stories I probably couldn't say on morning TV, but yeah, it's great though as well. It's I wouldn't change it for the world. You know what I mean? Even if I wasn't singing now with the band and I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, I would still definitely go back to the pub scene. And I just enjoy. I suppose when it's in you, it's in you. It's in the blood. So
now Ian has a better understanding of country music than I do. So for me and maybe some of our viewers, Jake, will you explain the difference between the music that Nathan does and your own music? Because I would just say country.
I suppose Nathan's sound as well, like it's developed a lot over the years. I mean, 5 years ago, he was singing, I suppose, sort of real Irish country stuff, if you like, the likes that you would have heard, Brendan Shine and Daniel O'Donnell and all them fellas singing, you know what I mean? But I still love that music, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to slate that music at all, but I just felt now I met up with my manager last October, I think it was, and we sat down and we had a conversation about what way we would see my music going, and I just had it in my head that I was big into pop music when I was a kid as well. I still am a kid. I don't know, about 40 years old, but I would have been massive into the likes of McFly and stuff. So, and also the American country music, which is the likes of there's fellas out there, Hunter Hayes and Keith Urban, but they would be they call it modern country, but it's a bit of pop music really. It's pop music with a banjo or a fiddle added in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a lot of people. Some die-hard country fans would say that's definitely not country music, but it's just country music that's developed over the years, so it's a lot more modern.
Given kind of a modern twist.
But now, Nathan's music as well, I suppose, that he's releasing these days is very modern as well.
Yes.
But he's going, I suppose, to put a bit more Celtic, and he does all sorts of music, to be honest. He's very versatile, so I just see myself now going more the modern country and more the pop music route. It just seems a lot fresh at the moment, and it seems to be working, especially over in the UK. There's loads of bands over there, the likes of the Shires and Ward Thomas, that are on Harvest as well. That it seems to be going from strength to strength.
And tell us about the Harvest Festival. It's a great concept, on in 2 different venues on the same weekend.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it now. It's going to be one of definitely the best gigs of the year for me. It's happening in Enniskillen and in Westport. And the acts that play, it's on Saturday and Sunday, the 26th and the 27th of August.
Yes, you got it right, yeah.
Yes. But, it's happening in Enniskillen and Westport, and the acts that play on the Saturday in Enniskillen will be playing on the Sunday in Westport, and vice versa.
So they swap over?
Yeah, so it's a weekend of country music, but I suppose there's all sorts of music on it. There's country music and then there's modern music, and there's probably bluegrass folks on it.
And you're doing some appearances then as well in the meantime as well to kind of, I suppose...
We're promoting it on Wednesday and Thursday, myself and another country singer called Cleona Hagan.
Oh, yeah.
Who we've had on the show, haven't we?
Yeah. We're doing a bus tour, so I'm really looking forward to that.
It's like a road trip.
2 days, round all the apple greens in Ireland. We start off, I think it's in Lusk on the Wednesday. I read the email before I came on.
That's right, the 26th of July,
You've done all your homework, Jake.
We go through all the apple greens, so we're doing pop-up performances, just quick performances. I think it's 1 song each, and then there'll be radio coming to each gig.
Broadcasting from there.
A gig, and we'll be signing and taking selfies as well, so I'm really, really looking forward to doing that as well.
Brilliant. Well, listen, Jake, it's been a pleasure having you on. Best of luck with the career. You're only at the start, but you're going to be huge, and great to have you.
Thank you very much.
Very best.